This story all started a few years ago when I was a single man, I didn't have no girlfriend or no wife or nothing, I was kind of lonely. So I went on Craigslist and there was a tab that said dating. So I click on it, I do. And when I click on it, there's this beautiful girl named Ashley. And she says, girlfriend experience available. Please give me a call. So I call Ashley and I says, hey, can I take you out on a date? And she says, yeah, but I'm gonna need some money to cover it. So, I didn't think too much about it. And I said, how much money? She says $250. So I was like, okay, where can I meet you at? That's fine with me. I was so lonely and horny, I really didn't care what it took. I just wanted to see this chick. She was really pretty. So anyways, I'll meet her at a hotel and I says, wow, you're so pretty. And she says, thank you. Do you got the money that I was needing? And I says, yes, here. So after I gave her the money, we went out to eat and then we came back and wouldn't you know it, she started like grinding on me and long story short, she let me bury my bone in her, you know what I'm saying? It was a very great night, but right after it was all over and I skeeted all over her chest, she said she had to go. And I was like, oh, okay, well, can I see you again? And she said, call me whenever you want, honey. So I called her a couple of days later and she asked if I had the $250 again to cover whatever cost she had to cover, because I figure she lived far away, so that's probably why she had to have the money. So I told her, I says, no, I don't have the money. I only got $100 on me. And she says, well, that's fine. We'll just spend a half an hour together. And I was like, okay, whatever, I just want to see you. So believe it or not, this time when she gets to the hotel, she doesn't even wait to go out to eat. I'll give her the $100 and she just starts sexing me up, and touching me, and making me feel good, So anyways, after this time, after I skeeted on her chest, she left again. And I was like, that's kind of weird, because I was telling my family, my new girlfriend's so pretty. She's so nice, but like, she will only see me if I got the money, and I don't want to tell them that. And I asked her, I said, you want to go out and see a movie? No money or nothing, just see a movie? And she said, I'm sorry, honey, I'm busy. So I don't know what she does, but she's always busy, Anyways, if you're listening to this, Ashley, I just wanted to say that I really care about you. And you're like the prettiest girl I've ever seen. So if you give me another chance, I'll be happy to pay you $250. But I keep calling your phone and no one answers. So Miss a lady from Craigslist who took me on a date and let me skeet all over her chest twice, let's meet again. That was very fun. This story is about when I was a little kid. I was only about 11 or 12 at the time. I used to go to church every weekend. At the end of the church service, my priest would always invite all of the kids back to his private quarters, except for me. He never invited me one time. I remember I was always jealous of the other kids. I thought, how come they get to hang out with the priest and he doesn't want to hang out with me, So anyways, it was always like that. The priest just ignored me, but he liked all the other kids. He let the other kids sit on his lap and he would hang out with them after church and before church, but he would never do it with me. It wasn't until a few years later, when our priest was arrested, that I realized he wasn't playing with the kids. He was molesting the kids. And I just wanted to say to the priest, was I not pretty enough for you? How come you never invited me back to your quarters? I'm sure I'm good looking enough for you now. You just thought you were so clever. Well, you're in jail now, being raped by grown men. So I hope it was worth it. Maybe next time when you try to molest some kids, you won't leave any kids out. What about the kids who didn't get any attention from you? Maybe they wanted to be molested. Maybe they wanted to ride on your lap, but no, I guess we weren't good looking enough for you. We weren't attractive enough for you. Well, whatever. Have fun rotting in prison. This story takes place when I was about 17 years old. Me and my best friend, we would always make bets about everything, you know. So one day, there was a new girl to class. She was so beautiful, and my buddy says, I bet you can't go ask her out and go on a date with her. And I says, I'll take that bet. And I went over there and I asked her out on a date, and wouldn't you know, she said yes. So after a couple of dates, my buddy comes up to me and he says, I bet you can't kiss her. And I says, watch this. And I go up to her and I kissed her right on the lips, right in front of my buddy. And he was like, oh my goodness. And I said, I told you. And he says, well, I bet you can't have sex with her. And I said, well, we'll see about that. So later on that night, I had sex with her, you know, and it was awesome. And I came back and I brought the dirty panties to my buddy. After that, he says, well, I bet you can't get her pregnant. And I was like, watch me. So about a month later, the whole school knew that she was pregnant. Boy, me, you know. And I went to my friend and I says, ha ha, I told you I could do it. And he says, I bet you won't marry her. Make her an honest woman. So I says, watch me. And we got married later that year. And we have kids and we started a family, you know. So I went off to live with my family for years. And wouldn't you know, about 10 years later, I saw that same friend and we and my wife was together. And I says, hey, how you doing, old friend? And he says, hey, he says, I bet you won't grow old with her and die with her. So that's the last bet I got approved to my buddy. I'm gonna do it, watch me. I'm gonna grow old with her and I'm gonna die with her. And then nobody will know any better. In your face, Eric. I did all your bets. I'm the winner, you're the loser. Let's never meet again.